Over to the baseball diamond, the Tigers hosted Tennessee this weekend at Alex Box. LSU opened up in a big way Friday, winning 18-3. However, they dropped Saturday game to the Volunteers 7-5, setting up the rubber match on Sunday. Let's head out to the box to see what went down. Starting off on the mound for the Tigers, Austin Ross, he would get the loss, giving up 6 runs on 6 hits. On this wild pitch, Tennessee's center fielder Kentrell Davis is going to score, taking the Vols up 2-0 early in the first. Later in the third, Cody Hahn for Tennessee is going to single all the way to the wall. Out in center, P.J. Polk would go on to score, taking the Vols up now 4-0. Bertassini would take the mound. He's going to throw another wild pitch. The Tigers really having trouble with controlling from the mound. Davis would go to score on this wild pitch as well. Later, Nolan Cain comes out there for the Tigers in the 5th and finally is able to throw some strikes. He had 7 strikeouts. Blake Deed would then in the 6th hit this home run, but it wouldn't quite be enough as the Tigers would still go on to lose. In the end, the Tigers failed to put up enough runs and fell to Tennessee 9-4. This marks the first SEC weekend series loss for the Tigers in a year. Despite the poor team result, Blake Dean proved he's still too legit to quit, going 8 for 13 on the weekend, driving in 4 runs and giving life to the Tiger bats. LSU will be looking for redemption tonight when they square off against Southeastern in Alex Box. First pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. The #1 Tiger baseball team took the field this weekend in front of a school record for actual attendance in a regular season game. But most fans left unhappy with the Tigers' play. Reporter Troy Galden was at the box and has a retrospective look at the Tigers' disappointing series.
The top-ranked LSU baseball team was looking to win their 10th series in a row, but Tennessee's timely hitting got in the way. After an 18-3 blowout victory over the Tennessee Volunteers, the Tigers' sloppy play led to 2 consecutive losses to a team that has the least amount of victories in the SEC. A season-high 5 errors cost the Tigers a second game of the series, while fundamental batting led the Vols to a series victory over the Tigers on Sunday. After a 5 RBI night Friday, outfielder Jared Mitchell went 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts for the remaining 2 games, while Tennessee batted through 3 different pitchers Sunday before Nolan Cain's 7 strikeouts slowed down the Vols' hitting. The Tigers dropped to number 6 from the top spot after a disappointing weekend. Reporting for Sports Showtime, I'm Troy Galden.
The Tigers certainly did not look like a #1 team out there Saturday or Sunday. After the series loss, the Tigers fell from 1st to 6th in the Baseball America poll. We're going to take our first break, but when we come back, we'll have the track results from the Alumni Gold Meet this weekend.
And Lady Tigers softball highlights from their weekend series against Florida. Stay tuned to Sports Showtime on Tiger TV.
The LSU gymnastics team looked to capture a national title at only its 2nd Super 6 in school history.
After a strong start on the floor, the Tigers were unable to keep up the pace on vault.
They fell to 6th place overall with a final score of 196.375. The Georgia Gym Dogs took the crown, recording their 10th national title and 5th in a row.
But Saturday's individuals were a different story for the Tigers. Senior Ashley Claire Kearney and junior Susan Jackson finished 1st and 2nd respectively in the vault.
ACK then went on to capture a school record 2nd national title with a 1st place finish in her floor routine.
Another portion of Super Tiger Weekend included the 31st ranked men's tennis team facing off against the 47th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks on senior day at the Dub. The duo of Michael Venus and Neil Skupski got the day's action going in the right direction as they cruised an 8-4 victory. The sophomore team of Sebastian Carlson and Julian Gauthier followed suit as they 2-netted a win. When singles play began, Gauthier and freshman Mark Bautel left the court with victories in straight sets. The scoring was a tad bit closer for Neil Skupski as he edged Dmitry Lebedev by a 7-5 mark in the first set and then 6-3 in the second. The victory is the last for the 3 LSU seniors, Michael Venus, James Kluski, and Jonathan Trigard in W.T. Robinson Stadium. LSU will see action again in the SEC tournament in Auburn, Alabama. Play is set to begin on Thursday, April 23rd.
A rainy day led to a tough LSU loss at Arkansas as the women's tennis team fell to the 14 Razorbacks. The Lady Tigers dropped the doubles point early, only marking 1 victory from the Tiger tandem of Megan Falcon and Michaela Hedberg. But neither Falcon nor Hedberg came out victorious later in singles play. Whitney Wolf and Nicole Contour's 2 wins for the Tigers would not be enough as the team would fall to Arkansas 4-3. LSU will face #7 Ole Miss in the first round of the SEC tournament Thursday at 12:30 back in Arkansas.
The annual Alumni Gold Track and Field Meet took place this past Saturday at Bernie Moore Stadium here on campus. Even with great alums such as Richard Thompson and Kellyanne Baptiste competing, the Tigers and Lady Tigers showed no sign of nerves as they blazed the track for several individual and team titles. Both the men and women 4x100 meter relay teams finished runner-up to Texas A&M. One record broken on the night was by sophomore Walter Henning in the hammer competition. He broke the week-old school record held by Walter Henning himself. The 235 feet and 11-inch throw allowed LSU's Henning to defeat his closest competitor by 24 feet. The regular season will wrap up next week for both the men and the women as they travel to Philadelphia for the 115th running of the historic Penn Relay, April 23rd through the 25th. Sports Showtime's Haley Lawrence was on site and has a story behind the Tigers' final home meet of the season.
Expectations were high Saturday afternoon as many of the nation's top track and field athletes traveled to Baton Rouge to compete in the annual LSU Alumni Gold Meet at the Bernie Moore Track Stadium. Both the Tigers and the Lady Tigers began the meet with seasonal bests in the 4x100 meter relays, with the women clocking the second fastest time in the NCAA this season at 43.39 seconds. Senior Kyanne Thompson also produced the second fastest time in the NCAA in the 800 meter run at 2 minutes 4.25 seconds. Senior Jeremy Hicks was among several standout performances in the field events as he broke the 26-foot barrier for the third time this season in the long jump competition. Saturday's events were nothing short of exciting as several Tiger Olympians participated alongside the rest, including Richard Thompson, Kelly Baptiste, and Samantha Henry. In addition to honoring the best of LSU's past, the Tiger and Lady Tiger seniors were honored in the last home track meet of their careers.
But this I think is always a great meet. It's nice to honor our seniors in front of everybody.
For Sports Showtime, I'm Haley Lawrence.
With Saturday's events, LSU has now qualified a total of 43 athletes and 4 relays into the NCAA Mid-East Regional Championship set for late May.
The LSU softball team went into Sunday looking to avoid the sweep from the Florida Gators. It was a winless and even scoreless weekend for the softball team as the Tigers were swept by #1 Florida. Saturday's doubleheader marked the first time since a 2006 SEC doubleheader that the Tigers would be shut out. A 2-run homer from Florida's Francesca Ania propelled the Gators to a Game 1 3-0 victory. Brittany Mack took the tough Game 2 loss for the Tigers, giving up only 1 run on 5 hits. The Gators would go on to win Sunday by a final score of 12-0. Saturday's doubleheader marked the first time since a 2006 SEC doubleheader that the Tigers would be shut out. The Tigers look to bounce back Wednesday against McNeese State.